Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. Okay, are y'all ready to make some pretty things? I know I am. I love Christmas time, and this is my favorite time to be creative and make things. I'm going through the things that I already have, and I'm just kind of going through and giving everything a refresh and trying to use things that I already have and just, use those for project pieces. I picked this little thank you sign up at the thrift store. It's metal. I just removed that little nautical rope handle, and I'm going to give it a couple coats of spray paint, and then I went around and I distressed back some of that black. Now I'm going to use a graphic I got from the Graphics Fairy that is, kind of a Christmas theme. And then I just printed it out on tissue paper. I just taped a piece of tissue paper on a piece of printer paper, and I printed it out on my printer. Now I'm going to apply it to the center of this little metal plaque, and I always love to use as my decoupage medium DIY liquid patina, and I'll have this link down in my description box. So if you're interested in getting some of it, and also the brayer I'm using, I use it just about on every project that I do like this. I'll have it linked below also. Now I'm going to stage everything for you at the end of the video. So now I'm going to work on this piece. I picked this up at Goodwill for $1.99. I love that crackle finish, and somebody put some holes in each end and they weren't even in the center. So I'm just going to cover those up using a little bit of like wood putty. I'm going to scrape it off till it's smooth, let it dry, and I'll sand those places off. Now I'm just going to go over and give it a couple layers of white linen chalk paint, let the paint dry, and then I went around and I distressed the edges. Now once I got the board distressed, now I kind of, I wanted to add something real pretty to the center of it because I'm going to make a tray out of it. And I love these little people right here. I've used this graphic several times because it's one of my favorites. It's a free download on the Graphics Fairy, and you can always resize it and customize it to fit your project. Again, I just printed this out on some tissue paper that I had taped to a piece of printer paper. Now I'm going to go over it with some hairspray. This is a great tip. Just spray over your graphic with hairspray, let it dry, and this will help your ink from bleeding. And I usually always try to do this, but sometimes I do forget. But if you can remember, spray it with hairspray and let it dry before you apply it. Now I'm just applying it in sections. I always just work side to side, and then I always go over it with the DIY liquid patina over the top just to seal it in and make sure my edges are down really well. I'm going to go over it very lightly, just be real careful, but go over it with your brayer and smooth it out really well and let it dry. Now at the thrift store, I always pick up hardware when I see it, and I picked these little handles up a while back. I just chalk painted them, I distressed them, and I'm going to put one on each side of the tray just to turn it into a really pretty piece that we can set out for the holidays. The sponsor of today's video is Liene. I don't know if y'all are like me, but I have hundreds of photos on my phone, and a lot of times I send them to the big box stores and have them printed out, and then I go pick them up. Well, not anymore. Now you can get a little mini printer sent to your home with everything you need to print out your photos that you may have stored on your phone. The little mini printer comes with everything you'll need to print your photos. It comes with the printer ink, it comes with the special paper, and it also comes with an adapter. Now this right here was very easy to install. First you just want to insert your ink, and it's got a little side panel where you do that. Then you'll want to take the little paper tray off, and it opens very easily, and you just slide in the special paper that they give you. Now once you get your paper in there, then if you are ready to print, I'll show you how to do that. But if not, when you go to store it, it's got little magnets on the bottom, and you just put the paper tray back on top of the printer for easy storage. Now let's print some photos. You just want to slide your little paper tray into the front, and then you want to plug up your adapter. It goes in the back of the little mini printer, and then you'll want to plug it in to an electrical outlet. Now we are ready to print. Turn it on, and you'll get a little white button. And once you get everything set up on your phone, and to do that, you can either go out and install the app, or you can scan an easy QR code that they have in the instruction manual. Once you do everything on your phone and select your photos, then you are ready to print. These right here I sent from my phone directly to the printer, and you can see the magic begin. it starts running it through and it goes through the different spectrum of colors. You could see it started out yellow, then it adds the magenta, and each time it goes through, the quality of the photo keeps getting clearer and better. And I can't tell y'all how amazed I am at the quality of these photos. Once you learn how to print all these at home yourself, y'all, the sky is the limit. You can make so many different things for Christmas. You can make gifts, and this not only would be great to have on hand for yourself, but also this would be a great gift that I bet no one has for the Christmas and the holiday season. So now I'm just going to let y'all see just some of the beautiful photos. These are just a few that I grabbed off my phone really quick, sent them to the little mini printer, and I printed them out. This is the quality of them, and I think these turned out so pretty. I'm going to leave a link down below to their website, and also I've got this little printer and the accessories listed in my Amazon store. So make sure to go out and check it out, because I think you will have so much fun with this little mini printer, because I know I did. Now let's get back to making some more DIY projects. I picked this frame up at a yard sale for $2 back in the spring. And when I saw it, I don't know, I could see a little log cabin scene in that frame. Well, I'm going to take a transfer, and this is from the IOD release. I think this was from last year in one of my transfer books. But I'm just taking things that I have on hand, but I thought this little log cabin looking house would be perfect in this little frame. I just applied the transfer directly to the glass of the frame. I put it back in, and now we've got a beautiful piece that we can set out in our winter decor. Now I'm going to show y'all a project that I picked up at the thrift store probably last year. And when I saw these, for some reason, they screamed Christmas ornaments. They were 99 cents each. Y'all, I am not sure what these are. So if you know what they are, please leave me a comment down below. They did have a little screw in the back, so I guess they were attached to something. But I'm just going to go and give them a couple of layers of some white linen chalk paint. And then I printed these beautiful little Christmas tags out from the Graphics Fairy. So these are free. And I will have the Graphics Fairy website link down in my description box. But I thought something round would be, perfect to make Christmas ornaments with these little things that I got at the thrift store, whatever they're called. But when I saw these round tags, I thought these will fit perfect in that. I'm just using some school glue in the back of a cereal box, and I'm just attaching them to it. I'm going to cut them out. This way they'll have a little bit more of a sturdy base for when I go to glue them inside the ornament. Now I'm going to go around and just cut them out very carefully. Now I'm going to distress the little metal ornaments. I thought they needed just a little bit more of a rustic look, and I love the color of them before I painted them, so I wanted to bring a little bit of that back out. So I went around and distressed both of them. Once I got them distressed, I'm just going to go around with my hot glue, just do a little ring around it, and then stick them in, and that's all I'm going to do for the ornament. Now I want to attach them, and I'm going to make them to where they've got a tie on the back. I'm going to take advantage of that little screw, and just with a little bit of hot glue, I dabbed a little bit on there just to assure that the knot didn't slip off. But I'm just going to tie my knot and then put it on the screw and then tighten it up really good, secure it down with a little dab of hot glue. Now we can hang these on like a wreath, or, if you've got a sturdy branch on your Christmas tree, you can hang them up that way. Now I'm going to show y'all another fun little project, and this is super easy and it's super affordable, but it is just get one of these little wooden stockings. This one come from Dollar General last year, and I paid $2 for it. I'm just going to go over it with some white linen chalk paint over the whole stocking. Now I'm going to take some beautiful decoupage paper that I have, and this is a beautiful vintage floral print, and I'll link this decoupage paper down below. But I'm just going to apply it to the bottom part of the stocking. I'm going to leave the little band just like it is, because I'm going to do something different to it. Now just go over it with my DIY liquid patina, and then I'm going to roll over it with my brayer, and then we'll let that dry. Now once the decoupage medium dries, I just go around the edges. I remove any of the excess paper, and I go around with some sandpaper, and I just sand off all the edges till they're smooth. Now I have got a thrifted sweater and I've made several projects out of this sweater. I've made a Christmas tree, and then during the fall I actually made some pumpkins with it, but this sweater has gone a long way. I still have a section of the sweater that had some really pretty florals on it, and I thought they were kind of like crocheted, and I thought that was absolutely beautiful, so I really wanted to capture that on the top of the stocking. So I got it to where it would fit across the band, and just very carefully I'm just gluing it with my hot glue gun in sections. I did the front, I did the bottom first, got it to lay down really flat, and I'm trying not to stretch it, because you know when you do sweaters that kind of distorts the design, so I'm trying not to stretch it out on the front. So I went around and I'm just working, like I say, I'm just working in sections, and then when I get to the back I need to trim off a little bit of the excess so I can get those corners to lay down. So I just kind of snipped it right there, right at the corner, just so when I fold it over it will fold down and be flat. And so once I got those corners snipped down, I'm just going to go in now, tag those down, and then the little band will be covered up. And like I say, I think this was a great way just to kind of add to our little vintage stocking. Now I'm just going to go through and I'm going to remove any excess sweater that I can. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to add a little hot glue across the bottom of that band and kind of tuck that sweater down up underneath it, just so the bottom doesn't show. Now I'm going to cut a little bit of trim off the sweater. It was a real pretty, like little, I don't know, little zigzag type design at the bottom of the sweater, and I thought, you know, that will trim out the bottom of this band and give it a little bit more detail. So I just cut a strip of it off, and again, using my hot glue, I'm just going to glue it on, and now we've got another great detail. And I think this little stocking was such a fun little project to do. And you can always pick these little stockings up a lot of times at Dollar Tree. And like I say, I got this one at Dollar General last year. So they make great little project pieces, and you can just turn them in to whatever style is yours. So once I got that glued on really good, I'll go in now and I'm going to trim down any excess sweater, remove any of the little glue strings I've got, and then I'm going to add a bow to it and embellish it. And now we've got a really pretty little stocking ornament. Now I'm going to show you some really easy stuffed fabric Christmas trees. I got 2 of these in a pack last year, and I either got these for $1 at Dollar General or I got them at Dollar Tree. But you can take any kind of, you know, Christmas tree pattern that you have and use that as a pattern. And I'm just doubling up my drop cloth to where I've got 2 sides, and then I'm going to pin it in the middle. And once I got my design traced out, now you just want to go around and you just want to cut out your Christmas tree design. And like I say, you can use any pattern in any shape or size of tree that you want to make. And you can also make different sizes of these. Now I went on, I cut out the stem, but later on you're going to see I did not like the trunk on that tree, so I'm going to end up cutting that off. I just did not like it once I got it stuffed, so I end up just cutting it and making my tree flat around the bottom. Now you just want to start gluing your tree together. Now I started at the point, but you can start wherever you want to, but you are going to want to leave a section open so we can stuff it. So I'm going to choose to leave the bottom of my tree open, and that's where I'll add the stuffing. Once I got it all glued together, now you're going to want to turn it inside out. Now this little tree right here took a little bit of effort to turn it inside out because it had a lot of those little, you know, little edges to it. So just work them out as best you can with your fingers. And once I got it all worked out, then I'm going to go around the edges with my fingernails, and I'm just going to fray the edges. Drop cloth frays really well, and it just gives your tree a little bit more of a detail. Now I'm going to take some stamps that I have, and I will try to link these stamps down below. So I'm just going to add a really pretty little cherub that I have, and I'm just using some IOD black ink and an IOD ink pad. And I'll have these products listed down below. But I'm just going to apply the little angel, you know, at the bottom of the tree. And when you're applying stamps, just make sure when you lay it down on your fabric, try to hold it in the middle so it don't shift around. But just make sure that you go all the way around your stamp and make sure it adheres really well. Now I'm going to add this little writing up at the top just to add a little bit, you know, of a design up there in that area. And now we've got a really pretty design on our tree. I'm going to let the ink dry, and once your ink is dry, this ink right here now is permanent. Now I'm going to go in with some, just some stuffing that I have from an old pillow, and I'm going to stuff and I'm going to shape my tree. Now getting up in that little point up there was a little bit tricky, but I just used my fingers, and you can also use some needle nose pliers and just kind of push your, your stuffing up into those little points and get it in there as best you can. But I started at the top, got the top stuffed really well, and worked my way down. Now here is where I decided I just didn't like that trunk once I got it stuffed. It just didn't look good, so I just decided to cut it off. So that's what I did, and so now I'm just going to glue it up, fray it a little bit around the edges. I'll cut off any of those little, little strings I've got hanging, and you can use these little trees, make up some of these. These will make great little bow fillers, or just little trees that you can set out and embellish your areas for the holidays. Now I'm going to take another felt tree that I got. I think I got this one at Dollar General last year. I did not do the little edges on it. I just used it as a pattern, and I just drew a straight like triangle. And so I'm just showing you a different design of a different kind of tree in a different size. Now I'm also using a different kind of fabric. This is a piece of thrifted fabric. I think this was some kind of like a sofa cover that I purchased for a few dollars, and you get a lot of fabric. So I can make a lot of projects with this. But I just did the same thing. I just glued all of my sides together, and then I turned it inside out, and I'm just working the top of that tree back out. Now I'm going to use some new IOD stamps that I just received. You always want to go over them with a little bit of sandpaper before you use them. And these are called, I think, Portobello Road, but I'll make sure to link these. But y'all, you get 2 sheets of some absolutely beautiful designs on these stamps. But I love this one right here. It is so unique. It is like a bakery window. So I thought that this will make such a beautiful design on this tree. And it is a good size stamp. And I needed a big stamp for my tree. So I'm just going to place it on the bottom. And again, I just applied black ink. But you can use any color ink on these Christmas trees that you may have. If you prefer doing red, you can always, use some red ink, or, just whatever color that will match and go good with your fabric. Now, I love that little light post, and also there's like this little vintage Victorian lady, so I put her on there. So I thought this turned out so pretty. And again, once the ink dried, I'm just going to go in now. I'm going to stuff it with some more of that filler and get it stuffed really well. Now I'm going to add a little tree trunk to this one, and y'all, this is just something I found on the side of the road one morning when me and Ben were out walking. When we're out on our walks, I find all kinds of treasures, but I love this little white chippy stick. I brought it home, cleaned it up, and I thought, you know what, this will make a great tree trunk. So I'm going to glue it to the bottom. I just stuck it up inside of the tree and left a little bit of it hanging out, and I centered it in the center of the tree, and then I placed some glue and I glued that center part down first, just so my little piece of wood wouldn't shift. Then I just went in, I glued up both the sides, and now we've got another little great tree. Now I'm going to style everything for you and just let y'all see how beautiful everything turned out and how you can decorate your home on a budget and have fun making a lot of these projects yourself.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give him a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah, there's room at the table for Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Okay, y'all, in last week's video, I made over a mannequin that I got at a yard sale. She was red and white, and I wanted to make her over and look more vintage. I told y'all in each video throughout the holiday season, I'm going to dress her up and I'm going to decorate her just to show you all the different ways of how we can make her really beautiful. So if you want to see what she looked like before and how I made her over, I'll make sure to put a link to last week's video at the end of this one and also down in my description box.
I wanna sing about the Christmas on its way. A reason to hang around and celebrate this day. Everyone's smiling and it's snowing. It's the time.
Okay, y'all, we're at the end of the video, so this is the sad part. I have to tell y'all goodbye. But until the next time, make sure if you liked the video today, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Make sure you are subscribed because I have a lot of content coming your way. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget, I have another channel called Teresa Greene. Make sure to go over, check it out, and subscribe to it. And I want to give a special thank you to Liene for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to leave a link to their website and also a link to my Amazon store if you are interested in getting one of these little photo printers. And until the next video, I love y'all and I hope y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all again soon.